Hi everybody, I'm Ashwini. My roll number is EE09B065. I'm gonna say a few topics regarding how to stop child labor. In India, children are appointed in different industries. These industries recruit children from work. This has to be stopped immediately. These children work 12 hours a day. They have neither sleep nor sufficient food. Parents are forced to send their kids to work due to poverty. These children are called to work in countries which are indebted to World Bank to reduce expenditure. This adjustment led to increased poverty and child labor. The government has to take major actions and social responsible manner to put an end to child labor. Children should be compelled to go to school. Some countries have compulsory schooling and provide free education. There are adults who earn money by buying and selling children. The government of all countries must take action against trafficking. Some non-government organizations protect the children by guaranteeing them. Thank you.
Good morning everybody. I am Irfan Habib. My roll number is AE10B041. Today I am here to suggest some ways to remove corruption from our society. This picture shows the depth of corruption in India. It is a total amount of money made through corruption from 1948 to 2010. It is a 15-digit number. It shows the crucial need to abolish corruption from our society. The root cause of corruption is lack of transparency in every field. There should be a provision to make acts like Right to Information Act. And through computerization, we can reduce the number of people involved in financial transaction. It can also be more secure and effective control of government processes, and we can make people aware of corruption by proper counseling. We should support anti-corruption government organizations like ACB and CBI. And another effective way of spreading messages is we can use media for spreading messages, and actions against corrupt politicians should be taken, and implementation of strict laws can also help reduce corruption. And I want every one of you to be a part of this mission. Thanks for listening.
Good morning everybody. My name is Jadhav Dattatreya and my roll number is AE10B042. In the last presentation, I have put forward some of the points regarding illiteracy in India, and today I am here in front of you to suggest some ways towards literate India and with some steps towards a literate India. First of all, we should understand illiteracy as a basic problem in India. Not only the students but also every citizen should understand this depth of the problem. Government of India has some provisions which are prevailing to demolish this illiteracy from India. As you can see from the screen, I have mentioned some of the policies of the government of India. Leaving government aside, what as students, what can we do for this problem? During our holidays, we should be active parts of the programs like night education programs, Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan by the government of India. And also, especially among the village people, we should spread awareness almost many of us are from villages. This helps to abolish illiteracy from villages most. Supporting NGOs initiate the which initiate rural education programs. Also for financial assistance we can consult. Thank you.
A very good morning to all of you. I am Aman Kumar. My roll number is BT10B003. Today I am going to talk about the managerial solution for the topic which I dealt in the last presentation, poverty. As we can see that poverty, population, unemployment, illiteracy all are correlated with each other. So, if we put a break at any of these stages, then we can in some manner eradicate poverty from our life. So, at the population stage, if we encourage people to have 2 or less children by giving them some incentive of free schooling and health care, this way we can control overpopulation. And for the illiteracy part, we can have one primary school in a range of 2 km, which was done in Kerala. But we can have different number of policies and schemes, but at the end of the day, the thing which matters is a helping hand from your side, which is what these children are waiting for. The message from my side is that we should take a step ahead and try to be a North Star for these children, and because helping hands are better than praying hands. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dinesh Soundappa and my roll number is CE10B017. The problem at Tirupur is improper solid waste management at Vellore dump yard. Waste is being dumped at the rate of 600 metric tons a day, and it started since 2002, and now 5 lakh metric ton of waste is accumulated here. The solution to this problem proposed is use of effective microbes. This is an eco-friendly method, economical method, and also quick in action. Here generally 100 meter cube of waste takes 9 months to decompose, but with the help of effective microbes it just takes about 6 to 8 weeks. And looking onto the numbers, it costs 250 rupees a litre, and when you use it for a year it's about 7,50,000 rupees a year, which is much lesser than the normal waste disposal methods which is being used. And this solution was put forth by a NGO called Sirthuli at Coimbatore district, and it is being passed by the government before 3 months, and I hope to see positive results in this issue. Thank you.
Respected sir, my dear friend, good morning. I am Kalpesh. My roll number is CH10B008. Today I will talk about managerial solution to traffic problem in Pune. The problem should be solved at a government level and individual level. Individual level, Punekar should follow the traffic rule and they should maximize the use of the public transport system. It will reduce the more than 50% of the traffic problem. Here is a one quote: better be Mr. Late than late Mr. Next is at a government level. Government, here are some ideas that government can implement. Government should improve their public transport system. Next is a school timing. The school timing should be changed so that there should not be a clashes between the office time and the school timing. Next is there should be a parking facility near the public places. And in long term planning, the government should analyze the current transport scenario, and based on that they should plan for the future, and the new initiatives, they should implement the new initiatives like metro trains, ring rail, etc. And finally, we should everyone personally try our best to reduce the traffic problem, as each penny count.
Good morning, respected sir and my dear friends. My name is Vimal and my roll number is CH10B073. These are the problems which I mentioned in my last presentation. When I discussed these problems with some officials in Municipal Corporation of Thoothukudi, they informed me that a desalination plant is being currently set up to solve these problems. This plant will have the capacity to supply 5 million liters of reliable and high quality water per day. This plant is being set up at a cost of around rupees 4,500 crores, and this plant is the most feasible solution to solve this problem. A flow chart of the process is shown in this slide along with the cost of operation. Around 44% of the total cost is used up in supplying electricity to this process. Hence, critics believe that this will result in an increase in the greenhouse emissions. However, the company has assured that this can be reduced by purchasing carbon credits and also by supplying electricity from clean sources. This plant is expected to be fully functional by 2013. This plant was actually passed in 2010, but the government had delayed it due to some pollution control issues. However, since now it is passed, and we can be assured that it will be fully functional by 2013. Thanks a lot.
Good morning, friends. My name is Sheikh Jainuddin. My roll number is BT10B064. In my last presentation, I discussed about road problems in Nellore. So these are some roads during rains and also Bombay Road in Nellore. So actually, one of the major problem in Nellore to spoil these roads is Krishnapatnam Port, because Krishnapatnam Port is constructing a in Nellore from 10 kilometers from the Nellore. So this is a one metal road which is outside of the Nellore. So these heavy loads are carrying material to construct this Krishnapatnam Port. They are traveling through city. So when they are traveling these heavy loads, due to these heavy loads, overall 80 to 90 lorries and also heavy trucks are traveling from the city. So this makes all traffic and also problem for road. So that's why what I am like to say to my local leaders is to construct these roads. It is not used by people a lot, but we can we can construct these roads which is almost a 10 kilometer road. So one lorry takes almost 30 lakhs budget, and it takes time period 3 months. So when we construct this, then lorries are going from these metal roads.
Very good morning to all, respected sir and my friends. My name is M. Manoj. My roll number is BT10B057. Today I am here to tell about the road accidents occurred in my place. Last time I discussed about the road accident, how it occurs in my place. In my area, there are the roads are very inconvenient. In the hill areas, it's very close. Two vehicles can't cross each vehicle. So my view is to reduce the road accidents in my area by keeping some boards like this and some of speed breakers in wherever the place it needed, and most of the places are very curved areas, so they can't see the vehicles which is coming from the other side. So I plan to fix some of the boards and the speed breakers around the road. And that my estimation of amount and the time is, the boards and the speed breakers cost 1 lakh and the time duration is 45 days, and the worker charges 30,000 and the 4 other charges are 50,000, overall budget around 2 lakh. It is very easy to construct, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very fine good morning. I myself Gokul, my roll number CH10B017. Today I am here to put upon a managerial solution for the major civic problem in my area, slums. Slums are habitations located on disputed government and municipal lands and are characterized by serious lack of basic amenities. And when I visited my area, the present situation, there were around 45 families and most of them migrated from rural areas, and there are 30 children who were under the age of 15 who hardly know what is schooling. Men are either unemployed or working as labourers, auto wallahs, etc. And there is serious lack of basic amenities like drinking water, sanitation facilities, etc. And the solution which I have come up with is, the short term initiatives are, with the help of agencies like SRA, Slum Rehabilitation Authority, rehabilitation of these families in better hygienic places, and then reconstruction of the middle level houses with proper drainage system, water supply and other basic amenities, and motivating young children to complete schooling. This is the most important thing. And the long term initiatives, development of industrial sites in small towns so that people do not migrate from rural areas, and improvement in local transportation in metro cities so that these people can spread out rather than accumulating in the production centers, and encouraging agriculture and small scale industries in rural places. So these are the solutions I have come up with. Hope this will happen. Thank you.
Hi friends, good morning to everyone. My name is Ranjit and my roll number is BT10B070. Today I want to discuss about the problem disease carrying mosquitoes. Worldwide, mosquito-borne diseases mostly kill the people than any other single factor. Mosquitoes can carry diseases like malaria, yellow fever, dengue fever, which is the most one in humans. The stages of mosquito life are egg, larva, pupa and adult. These one mosquito at one time can lay up to 100 to 300 eggs and an average of 1000 to 3000 eggs. Egg, larva and pupa, these three stages needs stagnated water resources, and this is the life cycle of the mosquito. For the increase of mosquito population, these are the causes: stagnated pool water, drainage, it is the most important thing, and the stagnated water in tubs and ponds due to the rainwater. The remedies are, by controlling the stagnated water, by removing the stagnated water, we can control the mosquito population. The main is spraying oil or kerosene, which is the cheapest, on the stagnated water, so that it can control, it will kill the larva and some larvicides like BTI, soil bacterium kills larva. DDT is the cheapest of all the insecticides. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Manoj. My roll number is CE10B020. Now I am to discuss small solutions for the problem garbage in my hometown. Here comes the first problem. The solid waste passes into the open drain canals, blocking the flow. growing small plants and grass might effectively work in blocking the solid waste to go into the canals, and it also improves the greenery. Coming to the next, over usage of plastic bags. It could be reduced through the promotion of biodegradable bags by improving their designs. Cost estimation, it's pretty easy and cheap to implement the conditions there favoring this method, and it could be done easily with expense of just rupees 100, rupees 1000 per 100 meter. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and respected sir. Today I am Siddesh, and my roll number is CE10B079. Today I am going to talk about the managerial solution that is being implemented for the redevelopment of the slums in Mumbai city, which is the major civic problem faced by the city. The government of India, the government of Maharashtra has accepted the proposal submitted by architect Mukesh Mehta under the norms of Slums Rehabilitation Authority 1971. For the sustainable development, the amenities such as wider road, electricities, ample water supply, schools, colleges and medical centers will be provided. The Dharavi plot has been divided into 10 sectors, and each sector will be developed by different developer. The expected time duration of the completion of this project is about 7 years, 5 to 7 years. Under this plan, the slum dweller whose name appear in the voters list of 1st January 1995 and who is actual occupant of the Utman is eligible for the rehabilitation. The developer will bear the cost of the rent of the transit tenements. The budget of this plan as estimated in year 2010 is about 15,000 crores, and the plan is proposed by Mr. Mukesh Mehta. This includes the construction of 30 million square feet of land. Thank you for listening.
A very good morning to all of you. I am Siddharth Gupta, roll number CE10B073. Today, I am going to propose a solution to the road rage prevalent in Chennai. In the year 2011, about 1455 people lost their lives on roads in Chennai. Further analysis by me has led to the following observations. Firstly, about half of the people who died in road accidents were riders of two-wheeler vehicles, and almost all of them were not wearing helmets. And the bigger thing, that Bangalore, which has about half the road accidents, had more cases booked for riders not wearing helmets as compared to Chennai. There is a clear gulf between writing and practice. A solution to this can be using a real-time electronic offense recording system in conjugation with the presently existing technologies such as CCTV cameras, speed guns, etc. Another surprising figure which came to sight was that the road accidents in Chennai were concentrated largely on 23 roads. About 47% of the total accidents were on roads such as Anna Salai, Inner Ring Road, etc. I analyzed the cost required for repairs of these roads, and Viola, only 74 lakh rupees, a fraction of 51 crores.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nishant, and my roll number is EE10B068. I am here to present a solution to the problem of power wastage in hostels. We students waste about 600 kilowatt hour of power every day, and most of the power is wasted in when people go out of their rooms to gossip with their neighbors. My solution to this is have a push button switch located at the door latch, so that whenever the door is latched from outside, the power inside the room is shut down. All it requires is two wires that connect to the switchboard for the tube light and the fan. The total cost implemented that is required for these electrical components is 120 rupees per room. On an average, there are 5,600 rooms in IIT in the hostels, and hence the total cost for all the rooms in every hostel will be around 6,72,000 rupees. And this solution is also implemented based on the fact that it is assumed that everyone latches their door whenever they go out of their rooms. Thank you.
Dear friends and respected sir, good morning to one and all. My name is Deepak Suresh. My roll number is NA10B008. I am here to suggest a solution to the solid waste generated in the metro cities of India. These days we are having power failure for 2 hours. So why can't we generate power from all this solid waste generated in our cities? We can see that Bombay has been topping the charts in the solid waste generated. Statistics show that India has only realized only about 2% of the total waste to energy potential. About 1700 megawatts can be generated from the urban waste and 1300 megawatts from industrial waste. This is projected to increase to 2000 megawatts by 2017. So I expect the government will take some measure to produce energy from the all solid waste so that we can avoid the power failures. Thank you.
Respected sir, dear friends, a warm evening. I am Darshan V, roll number BT10B050. It is my pleasure to speak on the aggressiveness of monkeys in IIT Madras. There are a total of 195 monkeys moving in 7 troops distributed throughout the campus. They snatch food from us, pull down clothes from clotheslines, dirty the water dispensers, and some of them even bite. Dr. Wolfgang Dittes, primatologist of the Smithsonian Primate Biology Program, says, "Only a subordinate macaque gives up its food. Feeding monkeys makes them think that we are their subordinates. Freely available garbage also adds to their aggression eventually. A point comes when monkeys expect us to give them food, and when we don't, they simply grab it." Thank you and have a nice day.
Good evening. My name is Manoj. My roll number is CE10B020. I have come from a very small town called Satyanapalli in AP. I am here to discuss a civic problem, garbage in my hometown. If we really go through the values, the rising level of garbage from the year 2009 to 10 is very high to that of 2010 to 11, and remarkably government was successful in declining the jeopardy of plastic proportion. One of the main problems due to garbage in my town is the water gets blocked on the roads during the rainy days, creating a very endangering the health of people there. Thank you.
Good evening friends, my name is Arun Kumar Reddy, roll number BT 10B054. Today I am going to talk about deforestation. Environmental issues affect every life on the planet, from a small parasite to the humankind. A single disruption in Earth's delicate balance can cause mass destruction that cradles lives of many species. What is not so simple here is to find alternatives to the now dangerous and confronting acts of planet degradation. One of the issues which requires consideration is deforestation. Deforestation in a simple language can be defined as cutting down of trees or forest for various purposes. This is a graph of rates of deforestation during recent years and expectation of rates of deforestation in the future. Due to the measures taken by government in the recent years, there is gradual decrease of deforestation rates. Thank you friends.
Good evening friends, my name is Anuj Kumar. My roll number is BT 10B024. My village is Nagini, which is in Bhuvan Mandal in Nizamabad district. Today I would like to speak few words about why farmers are committing suicides. There are mainly three reasons behind it. First one, due to elevation of seeds, proper yield is not seen. Second one, lack of proper marketing value. Third one, pressure from honey lenders. This graph is taken from a village. In last 5 years, in every year there are at least 2 farmers have lost their lives. In year 2008, about 6 farmers have lost their lives. If this continues in the same way, there will be no farmers at all. In before 30 years, about 60% of the population depend on farming as their main income source, but at present there are only 20% of them are depending on it.